So we're over here in Stuart, Florida, and we're gonna check out this really cool supply stop that I was recommended by a buddy of mine, a local boat builder. And honestly, you could probably see it behind me. Fiberglass Florida, one of the premier boat supply stores here in Florida. And they had everything that I needed at all for this build. Super impressed with the selection and the quality of service that they give me. Dude, second to none. Love these guys so much. Let's check it out real quick. Unfortunately, my audio cut out just as I was walking into the shop, but I have to say, hands down, Fiberglass Florida and the two guys running it are absolute legends. This place is one of the best material shops I've ever been to. Now, I won't pretend I've been to a ton of these kind of places, but for what I need, they had everything. Fiberglass cloth, resins, all grip products, boat cleaning supplies, you name it. Every question I had, they had an answer and a product ready to go. One of the biggest wins that they had, these massive 24 sanding blocks, something I couldn't find in any local store, and exactly what I needed for my project. The shop itself is huge. They stock everything from epoxies, fillers, bonding agents, to core materials like Divinycell and Kusa, in thicknesses ranging from 1/4 inch to 2 inches. And they got it all. Pints, gallons, even drums for the old school guys still using starboard. Yup, they still got that too. Seriously, I can't stress this enough. My experience here has been incredible. This place has officially become my go-to. Just ask the crew, I'm probably in here 3 or 4 times a day grabbing stuff I forgot or didn't know I needed. If you're anywhere near the store area, do yourself a favor and stop by Fiberglass Florida. You won't be disappointed.
This is the poly. Then we got vinyl. This one is going to be your acetone. There we go.
Hell yeah,
Good to
dude.
go. And this one right here is 1708. This is your 1.5 ounce down here. Everything else should be self-explanatory.
Thank you, dude. Thank you, man. What's your name again?
Lee.
Eddie, bro. Thank
Eddie,
you so
nice
much,
to meet
man.
you,
Yeah.
Thanks for your business.
Same here, man. Same here. I gotta say what's up to the other dude, and then I'll be out. Oh, you got me a bunch of sticks? Oh, that's hella cool, dude.
Yeah,
I'll take those. Thank you. What's your name, dude?
I'm Cam.
Cam. Thank you again, bro. Appreciate you. What's the name of your business here?
Fiberglass Florida.
Oh, hell yeah, my dude. Thank you again, man. I'll see you guys soon, dude.
Absolutely.
Well, all right, you dudes. Today is a new day. Good morning to everybody that's followed. Today, I'm very sorry. It's going to be a very short video because we haven't been able to film anything in the last day because yesterday was kind of like a supply run. But nonetheless, we got everything we kind of needed to get the job done, and I'm very excited. After we kind of learn how to sand the boat, I guess the rest of the day is going to be really just prepping up the surfaces. And after the surfaces are prepped up, we're going to finally do our first kind of like tack of fairing, which is going to be very exciting because, you know, after the fairing part, we get to sand it down, kind of bring it back to the shape that it needs to be, and then we can start gel coating and everything else that we need to kind of get this boat ready to be out in the sun a little bit more easily. So, but let's show you some of the stuff that we got. Oh, it's a glorious day. It's a glorious day. We got all the supplies we need to get our work done, which is exciting. So as you can see here, this is a lot of the lamination stuff that we needed. So everything that we need to be able to do resins, glassing, etc. This is mostly what you see here. You can see that we had to get this stuff right here, recommended by my boy Alex and the cool guys at Fiberglass Florida. Shout out to those dudes. But we got Glass Cooter. That's a cool name. I like that name. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But Glass Cooter, it's the preferred resin roller brush, roller for that. So that's cool. We got our mixing cups here. We got our very important MEK, I believe is what it's pronounced, or MKE, one of the two. This our catalyst forms. We got 2 of them because we have 2 different types of catalysts that we need. One clear for our vinyl ester. one red for all the putties and bonding stuff that we're going to be using. So that's going to be really cool. We got our nifty, these boys are bad, glass scissors. Look at that. That thing can cut off a, woo. Yeah. So we got those guys in there as well. We got our bubble busters in 2 sizes. So those are going to be cool for laying down the glass that we're going to be laying down. And then we got our handy dandy scale, because we need a scale so we can measure out our resins by volume and weight, and not just like depth. That's a more accurate, in my opinion, way of doing that. We have our epoxy right here, our epoxy glue for when we start gluing down some of the G10 boards that we have that we're gonna have to glue down into some of the beams for extra strength. And yeah, we got some extra suits and stuff that we needed as well, but nothing too crazy, just a very beneficial stuff. All our resins in the back, it's really heavy, I tell you, but we got like seven different gallons of product, everything from vinyl ester, regular polyester, filling compound, and then fairing compound as well. And then here, the piece de resistance, this is our glass. So we ended up going with 3 different types of roll, just so everything's pretty universal, to be quite honest. So we have a roll of 1708 biaxial, we have a roll of chop strand, and then we have a roll of peel ply, just so that everything that we do puts down comes off a little bit easier, less work in the end, and it makes everything a little bit more nicer for us for the finished result. So that's our products over there. I guess I can bring out the resins to show you, because I got to move them anyways. This is 2 5-gallon buckets of medium grade polyester style fairing compound. So that's good. That should be enough to do the boats and most of the stuff that we got going on. We've got 2 gallons of vinyl ester style resin. So that's going to be for the beams, the center deck, and the rudders that we're going to build as well for this vessel. We've got that. 1 gallon of polyester style resin and 1 bonding polyester style resin as well. High strength bonding. And last but not least, a 5-gallon of acetone. And we're gonna need the acetone for cleaning up the boat before working for prepping surfaces, and also cleaning our tools, like the bubble busters, the brushes, the rollers, etc. So looks like we're kind of in there to win for sure now, because I think we got most of the supplies we need. We'll probably have to go get some more resin eventually, but for right now, I gotta get through all this first. And before we move on, I want to give a big shout out to my boys over here at Fiberglass Florida. These guys were amazing. They had everything I needed. They were about 20 minutes from my location over here, and I was able to pick up all the materials that I need to work on this boat. Everything from the everything from the resins, the glass, coring material, cleaning for my boats. I mean, they had everything possible. And the guys even hooked me up with a sick Fiberglass Florida shirt. This is sick as hell. And it's in big dog size, so you already know. If you guys are ever in the area, go check them out, man. These guys are sick, and they know their stuff. Very excited to get the job started on this thing. So one of the jobs we really wanted to make sure that we had, to make things a lot easier, was to build, as you can see right here, a fiberglass rack. And I think we did a good job with the stuff that we had available. Shouldn't be too crazy or anything like that. I'm excited for it. So we went ahead and found these little boards that were already built out here, and these are like for winches. You put it over here, put a hoist on it and stuff like that. You can hoist stuff. That's what I believe they were used for. And we found some tubing, cut some holes in them. Check it out. You can't tell me that's not sick, baby. Is it the prettiest? Nah. Will it do the job? Yeah. And so I'm excited about that. That's gonna be really cool. And again, this is just our peel ply. So yeah, it does make the job a lot easier when it comes to finishing. So we did some cool stuff again. Oh, I forgot. One of my most important tools that I picked up. This baby right here, the straight edge 3000. No, but if you guys saw my last video, you kind of saw that I was going pretty raw on these holes. And I'm not gonna lie, thanks to Alex, I could have done a lot worse, but Alex kind of put me in shape, which is pretty sick of him. Thank you, shout out to my big bro. But we're not gonna be using those high-speed sanders because the only reason we needed them was to grind down some really bad fiberglass work that was done on the top. But I went overboard and dug in a lot of places. So we bought a sanding block because it's gonna be very hard to mess this up. I promise you. And it's a hook and peel style. So all my paper goes right onto that, which is sick. And this is just gonna allow us to really sand down as smooth of an edge, very easy. It's going to be longer work, sure, but this is just going to get the job done a lot more safer. And we're only doing 120 grit because we don't have to go that deep. And especially after fairing, this is going to make the fairing process so much simpler. So happy for this. Gonna be my favorite tool. But it's early in the morning, the sun is still down, and we need to get this work started, y'all. All right, guys, we got our tie-back suit on. Woo. We got our PPE. We got our sandpaper. And get to rolling, bro. By the way, I forgot to mention, we are not cutting this down deeply. All we're gonna do is just lightly sand over everything to kind of just get it smooth, try to smooth out some of the low spots that I created to get a smoother surface, and then we're gonna fair everything completely and then get to rolling from there. Oh. All right, you guys. I think we did it. In terms of preparing these two holes, lots of sanding, but they're not flat. They're just brought down to a surface that we can finally clean it up, right? So now we're gonna go ahead with acetone and wipe every inch of these two holes, and then hopefully start the fairing compound when it's a little bit cooler, so that my catalyst doesn't kick all the resin and stuff like that. So that's the plan. All right, you guys, so now we gotta clean up the hole right here. And so what we got here is a bottle of acetone that we got from our cool friends over at Florida Fiberglass. We're gonna put some gloves to protect ourselves because you don't want that stuff touching you. And we're gonna get to wiping down the entire hole. And we gotta wipe it down because before you can put on fairing compound, all this stuff has to be squeaky clean. We're also gonna wear our respirators for the vapors because that stuff is not bueno for you. And you should be good to go. All right, you guys, we finished prepping up that one face over there. So I think it's time to take a crack at fairing. I've never done this before, so we'll see what happens. But I have a medium polyester style fairing compound. I also have a fairing board, a flexible fairing board. I have the correct MEK or MKE. I have, everything that I should have to make sure that this goes well. And we're gonna slap it on there as straight as we can, let it dry over the day. And then while that's preparing, we'll do the other side. And then hopefully by the end of the day, we'll have it faired up so that tomorrow we can flatten it down by hand this time, not with power tools, to make it less work for us. So. Alright guys, so this is our mixing table right here. I have this old chart planner that we're gonna reuse as our mixing board because it just makes sense to me, honestly. Just to have something that we can use to mix everything a little bit more cleanly. So we're utilizing this. We have our MKE and then we have our fairing compound. So it is a little hot over here. So we don't have the most amount of time in the world to utilize all of this, but we're gonna try our best. We're gonna try our best, and hopefully everything works out the way we're hoping it does. All right, you guys, looks like it's time to get this show on the road. And the problem we have today is that it's really hot. It's probably about like 85 or so. So we're not gonna have the best time to really work with this stuff. So we gotta act fast, unfortunately, pretty much. Woo, very compound, sick. Then put on new gloves. The doctor will see you now. So we got a pretty big section we're gonna start on. That's the nasty end that was like grinded back down pretty heavy. So we are gonna work on that side first. We're not gonna do too much. Just gonna get a little nice little glob here. This might be a lot, but you gotta pay to play, so we'll see what happens with that. Now we're gonna take our MKE that's dyed. Now, because it is hot, you're supposed to put 1% of this per mixture. I'm gonna do about that much because I don't want to do more because it might be too much for this. Hopefully we don't kick it in time, but let's see what we got. I'm gonna do about like 4 drops, 5 drops maybe. It's close. About 9.8. So 1% is about like 0.9 ounces on this boy. All right. So we're gonna squeeze that. 0.2. That's 2.5 cc's. Let's see what it says here. 2.3 cc's. All right. All right, so that's all the catalyst we need, it looks like, hopefully. And once we put this in, that's it, it's go time. That's it. You want to mix this stuff up really well.
Okay, y'all, that's a wrap for today. Today we hit up the shop, picked up everything we needed, knocked out some serious sanding, and finished strong mixing up some variant compound for the new phase.
Go time.
Big thanks again to the crew at Fiberglass Florida for being such a solid resource. If you're tackling your own projects, definitely check them out. And as always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next build update. Remember to like and subscribe and comment. And remember, I love all my big dogs. See y'all next time.